Hello guys, Knight here, and I am finally back with the latest update to the castle and town of Kuttenstein. And I know it took a while for this update to finally drop on the channel, but there was just so much I wanted to get done within this episode, and I obviously really wanted to get everything just perfect for you guys, at least to the best of my current abilities. And so yeah, I finally got it to a point that I'm happy with, and I'm ready to show you guys. So I hope you guys are ready for this one because I'm super excited to show you all what I've been working on. So let me give you guys a quick rundown of what I have here. So here you'll see that I added in I laid down some of the outlines for some of the farms that will be in town, as well as the road through the town. I will be adding in more structures as I go, as I usually do. And the road will eventually branch out a bit more also. So this is just like a rough basic idea of how I want the town to flow. So here we'll have this main road as the main road that will bring travelers into town from somewhere I don't know yet. But following the main road into town will eventually lead to here up on this hill, where I will likely put the town's church, a very important and necessary building. And so yeah, that's just the basic idea I had for this town. And I'll probably also add like a windmill also somewhere, but not in this episode, but in the next one after this, where we'll be wrapping up this project. So the overall look of these farm buildings are pretty simple in design, but very practical while keeping in the style of what a mid to late 14th to early 15th century farmstead would have looked like. Just about all the plots consist of not only a farmhouse, but also 1 to 2 barns used to shelter their livestock. The type of material that would have likely been used in this time period would have consisted mostly of wood and timber framing on a cobblestone foundation. And I was also sure to switch between wooden tiles and thatch for the roofs of the buildings, for some nice added texture and contrast. And now for some lore on this place. The village of Kuttenstein is ruled over by the Lords of Kuttenstein Castle, who are knights in the service to the Lords of Dobeck. Kuttenstein is a small rural village with a small population of 60 to 100 peasants. They form a very close-knit community where everyone shares in the day-to-day labors of farming and harvesting the Lord's fields, as well as raising and herding the Lord's sheep. Though Kuttenstein village is small, it is known for its high-quality wool and fleece exports. So that's pretty much that. Not much else left to say. So I'll let the rest of this time lapse play out, and hopefully you guys will stick around for the tour. I put a lot of effort into this, and I'm really excited to finally show you guys what I've been working on, and I really think you'll like this one. So please stick around, and we'll meet back here after the time lapse for the tour. Okay guys, welcome back from the time lapse. As you can see, this whole area has been completely transformed. I added in a lot of different trees all around the castle here, kind of just add some more atmosphere and just kind of line the road up to the castle. I think it came out really nice. I'm really happy with how it looks. And guys, I really have to tell you, there is a lot to see here at this plot. But before we drop down to first person view, I just want to fly around real quick just to give you guys a bird eye view on the layout of the land. And as you can see here, we have our fields. I think it's a pretty cool design. It's mostly made up of wheat and barley. And here we have a pasture where we have a large amount of sheep and some cows out here just grazing on the grass. And then if we circle around, if we cut through here, fly over these trees, we have this second kind of area for grazing, another little pasture area where we have some more sheep and cows just grazing on the grass there as well. But there you guys go, just a little flyover, a bird's eye view of the layout of the land. I feel like it's kind of a cool perspective when you're kind of looking at everything from a bird's eye view. But we'll go ahead and officially start the tour from here. And now let's take this main road into town. Over here we have a plot. But I think what we'll do is we'll just kind of bounce from plot to plot, just checking out some of the details, stuff like that. And so the first bit of detail to note is we have this little altar right here where the residents or the visitors to this town can stop at and pray. Then moving on from here, we come to the main road again, and then guys, just check this out, just take in all the atmosphere, our beautiful castle up there. I really love how this looked, how it all came together. So we'll check out our first plot right here, where we have this laundry right here just drying in the sun. A lot of little details like that. A dove cove over here, some wood and some other storage items. But going around the house here to the side, we come to this little herbal garden or whatever you want to call it. I think it came out really cool. And then under here, we kind of have this little area where our pigs are being housed, are sheltered, and that's cool too. Just lots and lots of details for you guys, lots of inspiration here. And then we come over to our sheep pen, where as you can see our little sheep are in the yard here. They look pretty happy. And then way back in the corner we have our outhouse. So that's pretty much that. I think we'll go ahead and maybe check out the interiors for this house. As you see, we have some storage, and then right here we have our goats. And then if we climb up this ladder, we have a couple of thatched beds and some storage items. I will say we will not be checking out every house interior because they're pretty much all the same at this point. We don't need to spend too much time on that. But stepping in, we come into the dining room or the kitchen area. And then that's pretty much that. Close the door. And now we'll head to the next plot. We have some little chickens right here in the road. Just some nice atmosphere building there. So stepping into this yard here, again, we have some clothes right there drying in the sun. Of course, there's a dove cove here, some chickens, a chicken coop, and some areas right here where we have some things stored. And now this is the blacksmith yard. And if we come over here, we'll see that he has some pigs right here. And then here, as you can see, we have our blacksmith's forge is located here, where our blacksmith does all his work. And I think it came out really cool in here. Here we have our forge, our bellows there for the fire. We have some coal, some wood around. We have our anvil for shaping our metal ores. A lot of little details, guys. We have this cart full of charcoal there. And then in the yard, we have some goats being rowdy. And then around back, we have our outhouse. And there's lots of little details like this around, guys, just to make this place feel alive. Another little chicken coop here. So around back here, we have this cart. And then we have this big storage where we store a bulk of our wood. And then heading back towards the front of the house, we have the blacksmith's garden here where he's planted some beans. And so we'll move on. So over here, we just have another storage area. And then coming back here, we have our larger garden. I didn't get around to terraforming this. Actually, I just didn't feel like doing it. But yeah. So coming inside this big barn, we just have this area here. There's no animals or livestock in there because they're all out in the field and just kind of grazing, as you can see. We have cows. And if you guys notice, I have the cows all kind of spread it out, because if you guys ever seen farms or fields where there's cows, the cows usually are spread all about, but the sheep are usually close knit with each other, and they're just kind of all gathered within the same area, and they stick pretty closely to each other. So I really tried to replicate the look and feel of that. And I think this field came out really cool. I really like the texturing of it and how it looks. Just lots of atmosphere. We got a nice view of our castle over there. Birds in the sky. And so all that's really cool details that brings everything together. But with that, we'll go ahead and head on over to the next plot. So here we have the town's tavern, where all our locals come to have a drink. And so we have a little area over here where someone's playing some games. We have plenty of tables to seat our customers. And then we have an outhouse here. But if we go in through here, we have our pig pen. We have lots of pigs. That's probably the second most important livestock in this town. But back here, we just have this area where there's a thatched bed. And then if we come up the ladder here to the top, we have some more sleeping areas, some more thatched beds. Oh, I'm gonna go back up here. Okay, so we're gonna go back down the ladder. And I think we will go ahead and check out the interiors to this place. So we'll go ahead and go in through this door here. And as you can see, this little area, just a lot of storage and supplies to run the inn, or the tavern, I should say. But then if we come around, we'll go up this stairs here, or the steps. And then we'll come into the main portion of the tavern, as you can see. Again, we have more storage for some supplies. And then back here we have our dining room, our kitchen area, where we have some pots cooking on the stove. And then going up the stairs here to the top portion, we have where our tavern keeper sleeps. Some simple beds. And then down here, we have the tavern's little cellars. So we open these doors, and as you can see, This is where all the beer, ale, or wine would be kept and stored. Cool little detail down here, I think. So we'll go ahead and close those doors and move on around back. We have an area here to store wood. We have some wood being chopped here. And then we just have our chicken coops. Another little storage shed right there. And then back here, some more storage areas. Just lots and lots of use of the vegetation and grass to create atmosphere. Again, a very rural town. We have some supplies here. Some more chickens with a large chicken coop there. And then again, another vegetable garden. We have cabbage here. I think it came out stellar. But time to move on. So we come to our third plot here. We have, again, our laundry drying in the sun. And then heading towards the back to the barn or shed, however you look at it, we have some sheep here. And then this lets out to the blacksmith area. But then we have a coop here, a big chicken coop there. And then we have some more laundry right there. And then in here we have our goats being kept, as well as our pigs. And then that leads back here. Yeah, we'll keep going. Just quickly check out the interiors to this house here. So stepping in, we have the cooking area over here. We have the dining area here. And then back here we have the sleeping quarters of the house. And that's that. And now we're gonna check out a cool detail I thought was a good idea. Now, I mentioned that this town is very close-knit and communal. So here we have the communal bakery. Everyone would bring their flour and they would bake their bread here. No one has any personal ovens, so if you want to make your bread, you can either buy it or you can come here and they would prepare and bake their bread and then take it back home. So I thought that was a cool little idea to have. So we'll move on. Over here we have our town's well. Very cool. And then moving on. So we come to this plot here. Again, we have more chickens in the yard. And then over here, we have some wool that's been harvested from the sheep. I really wish I used this idea more so across all the plots, but it would have made a lot of sense, but I didn't get around to doing that. But around back, we have a cart. And then here we have this area where we have our pigs. And they're eating. A little pig pen there. And then we have our sheep pen here that's separated from our pigs. Of course, we have some more chickens, a little chicken coop there. And then another garden here. And then over here we have an outhouse. And then if we come through here, we have just some storage, a chicken coop, and a dove cove here. I think that we'll go ahead and actually, yeah, we'll go back this way. Oh, real quick, we have these little stalls here because we're starting to get closer to the market little area there. But first, we'll go ahead and check out this plot. So stepping in here, we have this chicken coop, this large chicken coop, along with some other storage items. And here we have our pig pen. And then right across, we have our sheep. And then at the top here, we just have some storage, a couple of thatch beds. And then over here in this big barn is just where they store a lot of the hay that goes to feed the cattle and other livestock that lives here. So around back here we have this smaller little pasture area. As you can see, we have our sheep, and they're all kind of close knit with each other, and they're just eating. So now we're gonna go ahead and head back. So now we're in kind of the market square area or portion of the town where people can come and sell some of their extra produce or whatever they may have they want to sell. As you can see, the majority of it is just vegetables and bread being sold. And then over here, we have this little farmhouse. And again, we have a garden here. And now the road does get kind of rough around here. I didn't do any work because it's going to be leading up into the next episode where I'll finish this portion off a little bit better. But anyways, we have a vegetable garden here of cabbage, a chicken coop, some more storage there. And then inside the barn here, we just have some more storage. We do have this little garden here. And then I really love the feel of this. It just, the way it's just the flow of it. We have an outhouse there. And then coming out, we come to another large field for pasturing our animals and grazing our animals. Again, the cows are all spread out. And then we can catch a glimpse at a couple of hawks flying above. Again, atmosphere building. And our sheep are out there as well. I really did put a lot of thought and effort into this, and so I hope you guys can see that, and I hope you guys are able to take some inspiration from this. And fun fact, if you guys got around to downloading that Dobek map, at the time of publishing that video, the majority of the Kuttenstein castle's exteriors was already complete. And so again, if you download that map, then you'll be able to find an earlier version of the Kuttenstein castle on that map. And someone did find it, and they told me that they were building along with me, and I thought that was really cool. And so I hope this video helps with some inspiration. So here we have a pig pen, some more storage. Then over here in this big barn, we have our horses stables. And I thought it was a good idea. I wanted to add in some stables because I thought it would make sense to have horses not only to help with pulling the carts, but also maybe our knights. This is where they get their horses. They're supplied by the town people here. They breed horses as well. And so, yeah. So this lets out back here. We've seen this already. We have some chicken coops and some chickens over here. Going back, we have a dove cove here. We got some more supply there. And then over here we have another cabbage garden or cabbage patch. And then stepping into the yard, I really love it. The details in here as well. We have just all the animals pretty much. We have our sheep, we have our goats, and they're showing off in front of our sheep, trying to get their attention there. And then we also have our horses, and they're just feeding and off the hay and straw. And we got flies because it's a lot of poop around and stuff like that. Again, details, it's the little details that make everything feel alive. But we'll go ahead and move on from here. So we'll come to this area here, and as you can see, our sign, it's our goods store. It might not be that practical to have a goods store, but I thought it would be cool. Just some simple items being sold here. Vegetables, maybe some remedies or herbs. Back here we have the kitchen and eating area. And then up the stairs we have where the family would sleep. Very simple. Go ahead and close the door. Again, lots of the other details around, like laundry, storage. Then back here we have an outhouse. And then inside the barn here we just have, again, some more storage, some more supplies and stuff like that. And then around back here we just have some wood and some broken barrels and crates. And then over here we have our dove cove. So that's just a little look at all the plots, you guys. I think we covered all of them. Yeah, we didn't go into a whole lot of detail on everything, like the interiors of every home. But that's okay, because when this is available for download, you guys can hop on here and check out all the interiors if that's what you like. You know, just save a little bit of mystery for later. The fields are also pretty cool too. We didn't really take an in-depth look at those either, but again, when this is available for download, you guys can explore this map to your heart's desire. But before we close out things, guys, I just want to go ahead and just take a stroll up towards the causeway, just so we can get a look and feel of how it would be if you're traveling up to the castle or down from the castle and into the village. So as you guys can see, I feel like it's very impactful. I think that just looks so cool from here. I think that looks so cool from here. But anyways, guys, that's pretty much it. That's the video. Finally got it done. I know it took a while to get it done and finished, but it was worth it. All the effort and time spent and making sure everything was just right was worth it. And I hope the wait was also worth it for you guys also. Well, guys, that was a doozy. But I hope you enjoyed the episode, and hopefully it gave you some kind of inspiration that'll help maybe motivate you with your own builds. And as you could probably imagine, I put a lot of effort and time into these builds just for you guys. So I would really appreciate it if you could like the video and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. It's just a simple way for you to show your appreciation for what I do. And the best part of it, it doesn't cost you anything. So I'll be looking forward to you joining me back here for the next episode, where I'll be wrapping up the rest of this build. So until then, this has been the Kinder Knight, and I bid you a farewell.